team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
Kobe with the bucket.
This has been a one-sided game in just about every area. The lead continues to grow.
Absolutely. Their offense and their D have been equal parts outstanding.
Passes it to Chandler. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bryant. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Love dishes to Wade. Over in the corner to Vasquez. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Ugly start to this second half, guys. They've missed all 4 of their shot attempts.
D'Alembert passes to Smith. From deep. Outside, Kobe. Rondo against Wade. Rondo kicks to D'Alembert. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. No good from Lee.
Winning on the road often means having to win close games, and the Heat were deadly in that regard. It won't be an easy thing to do this year without LeBron, but Dwayne Wade isn't too bad to have late in the game either.
Smith with it. Guarded now by Kevin Love. Three-pointer. And Courtney Lee gets the 3. Lee's got 9.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
The Heat with 22 road wins last year. That was tied for the best mark in the East. Like you said, a lot of close wins.
And now the Kings fast break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Wade. Looking to end the run.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside. Boy, that's some physical basketball out there. I'm glad I'm not in the middle of that. A hard pick and an assault on the bucket.
Old school stuff there.
Yeah, there was a lot to like on that play.
First team foul.
Well, when you have as many shot creators that the Heat have, Clark, it's easy to pull games out late.
Yeah, you like to have that firepower. Obviously, that makes it easier to get quality shots late in the clock or late in the game.
And the Kings making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And that's out of... Sacramento will retain possession.
Sacramento ball. 18 seconds on the shot clock. 18.
Kobe against Love. Fades back. Off the left rim and out.
Looked like he was maybe showboating a little bit. That fadeaway, really no reason for it.
Vasquez. No good with the triple.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
A lot of praise has been sent Kobe's way over the years, but perhaps one of the biggest I heard last season was when Grant Hill called him the toughest person he ever had to guard.
2 shots. 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 2 shots
And Clark, that may not seem too out of the ordinary, but you look at all the stars that Grant Hill faced during his career, and there are a lot of big names on that list.
Yeah, Hill certainly had a large collection of superstar wings to choose from, but it's hard to argue against his selection of Kobe Bryant.
So it's Miami now. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half.
Kevin Love.
And the shot is good.
So hard to try to play defense with the height mismatch out there that's on the perimeter, and they gave up the three-pointer.
A shot by D'Alembert, no good. Love dishes to Anderson. Back to Love. Chandler up top. There's the pass to Webster. Pocket Ford. Launches a three. Kicks it out to Love. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. For Sacramento, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. The drive by Rondo. It's deflected. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Webster. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. On the wing, Johnson. From downtown. Good. Johnson's got 24.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Here's Vasquez. Tries again. Low. And that misses badly. Air ball.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
This crowd just stunned at the sight of that one.
D'Alembert sets a screen for Rondo. Smith with a screen on Anderson. Johnson, the pass to D'Alembert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Johnson. Kept alive. D'Alembert dishes to Johnson. Bryant drives in. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Deflects the pass. Chandler kicks to Vasquez. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
Boy, he's putting up big numbers in that three-point column, guys.
Outside Rondo. Johnson with it. Now Chandler defending. D'Alembert passes to Johnson. Chandler with the steal. To end the drought. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Bryant's got 8 rebounds in this game. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Chandler. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Wilson Chandler, a versatile forward, Steve, in his 7th season out of DePaul.
I like him, Kevin. I mean, he's strong enough to play inside, quick enough to guard on the perimeter, and then he's got that three-point range on his shot. So, very versatile player.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for D'Alembert. Vonleh comes in for Josh Smith. Hill, he's checked in for Kobe. And it's Brooks in for Rajon Rondo. Brooks with no one around. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Brooks.
And Wilson Chandler, 2 seasons now removed from hip surgery, showing no ill effect last season. as he started at the small forward spot in the place of the injured Danilo Gallinari.
And the call will go against Caron Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game. Monty Eunice is checked in for the Heat.
Into the lineup for the Heat.
Hill sets the screen for Vonleh. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
That's a 3-point play.
What you like about Chandler, an inside-out scoring threat, and he's an explosive finisher around the rim, too, with shooting range that stretches out beyond the arc.
Johnson kicks to Hill. From deep. And for the Heat, they're shooting a pretty low 34% thus far.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
It'll be a jump ball. Jump ball call.
And here are the Heat now. And here are the Heat. Here's Butler. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Yep, ball movement, player movement. They're generating a lot of easy opportunities for themselves down there.
From deep, Johnson. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. 30 points for Johnson.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the three as well as they can take the three.
Brooks dishes to Hill. Pass to Vonleh. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And that's a record that I'd always thought would stand forever. No one's come close to it for decades. Tell you what, this is one area where they really thrived here today, the transition game.
Yeah, and I think they need to look for even more of those quick hitting opportunities.
Brooks kicks to Hill. And it's Hill penetrating. Johnson gets the bucket.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number one, they're ahead.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. No good from outside.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Hill passes to Brooks. Hill kicks to Johnson. And another three for Sacramento.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though. It's now been 8 years since the Kings have played postseason basketball, and the path back to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, is not getting any easier anytime soon.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Wayne Dedman comes in for Hill, and Jeremy Evans subbed in for Vonleh. Heat also with the sub. Wade, he's checked in for Webster.
At the line for 2.
Getting back to the Kings and getting back to the playoffs, Steve, they have some pieces now, they feel.
Yeah, I mean, but you need more than just talent. You need a couple of stars, and you need a full commitment from everybody on the floor. Look, this is a young team. I think they're moving in the right direction, but they've got to continue to grow together.
And the call will go against Caron Butler.
At the line for your Kings.
Perry Jones, back in Baylor, once considered a top prospect. 6'11", rangy athlete with some guard skills. I think his stock has maybe fallen a little bit, but the Thunder took a flyer on him late in the first round back in 2012. Still a work in progress, but plenty of potential.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Hill. Chalmers dishes to Wade. And Chalmers kicks to